guys in just a bit.
What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So let go, I'm watching you, turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. I can't feel the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored, time won't take this damage anymore, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. A little bit insecure, a little unconfident, cause you don't understand to do what I can, but sometimes I don't make sense. I am what you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So let go, watching you, turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got.
It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back to the Shin Han Tank Pro League. I am your host, Kix, and I am joined by Rapid, although Discord is still down. So, that's a little bit unfortunate. But he is co-casting with me. He is just in the nether at the moment, waiting for Discord to come back up. Hopefully he's not falling asleep or anything. I know it's quite late for him, so I do appreciate him popping on and casting with me all the time. It's really great. It's a lot of fun as well. I've hung out with him IRL as well. That was cool. So it's nice to have a friendly face in casting, and obviously there's a lot of other Brewball casters as well. To give you a few examples, you do have Zero. He is the caster and host of the BSL. You have Sham2, who is the leader and the organizer and caster of Have At You. And then of course one caster that always seems to get missed out but is always casting something is Vincent. Like, I don't know how he casts so much. Like, my voice cannot take it. He is a really cool German guy. I know he used to cast only in German, but more recently he's started casting in English, and he's actually really good. So if you ever see him casting, guys, check out his stuff because he does a good job. He puts a lot of effort in. Kakao talk. I don't have Kakao talk. Like, I don't know. But either way, I can't believe Discord is still down. That is really awkward. But let's move on over to the overlay. Let's have a look at the players we are going to be seeing in this second game. Actually, just before I do that, I'm going to make sure that the rest of the overlay is updated with all the other info. Just because I can. That's a power I hold as the organizer. And it's a good power to have. Like, I'm not going to complain. Obviously, the STPL now has been going on for the round 1 was 9 weeks. This is now the second week of casting, but it's actually the third week of game playing. So it's been about 13 weeks or so, about 3-4 months that we've had the STPL going, and it's been a lot of fun to organize it this whole time. So hopefully that does continue up until the grand finals, which will likely be at the end of the year, maybe the start of next year, not too sure. But it is all building up to that. Currently, the prize pool, if I have a look, sits at $1,068. The prize distribution, I'm not going to go through now, but basically, I'll load it up and talk about it later. It's easier. I put it all in the thread. Everything is in that thread, by the way. If you want any info whatsoever, look at the round 2 thread. It's got all the previous results, all the results from round 1, all of the current team rosters, and everything. So do check that out. It took me a long time to put that together, so hopefully it's of use to somebody. But let's move on over to the player screen. Let's have a look at who's going to be playing in our second game of this one. And it's got the wrong race again, because DragOn race picks, and I didn't switch it back. So, you know what, it's all good. It's all fun. Let's move on over. Okay, so as I spoiled before, starting us off for NaS in the second game, we do have their captain, the one, the only American Protoss Terror. It's gonna be DragOn. Now, DragOn is a crazy good North American player. He did very well in, well, he does very well in pretty much every tournament he enters, as far as I'm aware. And he is arguably the best Protoss player in America currently. There are a lot of Protoss players coming back, a lot trying to take... sorry, I got distracted. Trying to take a little bit of thunder away from him. Oh, and he's from Canada, sorry. I should have said North American. He is from Canada, the Canadian Protoss, my bad. Yeah, I always get confused. I don't know why, I always assumed DragOn was American, but he's North American, he's Canadian. So I do apologise for that. Hopefully I did not cause any offence. I know, given everything that's going on at the moment, Canadians may not want to be mistaken for an American. So either way, that's enough about DragOn. He did do very well last round, went 5 for 2 for his team, and did a very, very good job. His opponent this time is going to be fighting for Psystorm. Did a very good job himself last season. He went 2 for 3. One of the top scorers, I would say, for Psystorm last round. And so far, against opponent's race, he's actually 50-50. So he's in a good position to try and take down... Oh, okay. I see how it is, Sugo. You want to be the #1 Protoss in America. I see it. We need to test that, man. You don't have enough time to play, that's the problem with your 1,000-hour working. Either way, gonna be a PvZ here between DragOn and Mitak. I am gonna try and figure out during this game if there's another thing we can use to, like, talk to each other, as in me and Rapid, because it doesn't look like Discord's coming up anytime soon. Hopefully it won't be too much longer, and then my poor throat will get a little bit more of a break. But here we go. We're going to be moving on to our second map of the series, and it's going to be the one, the only Flight-Dreamliner from the Korean OSL, or Korean Air OSL, should I say. As you can see, kind of an interesting map. It is symmetrical, but it's like symmetrical at a weird diagonal angle. So you have... it's in the shape of a plane, obviously, if you couldn't tell. There is a island base in the top left and bottom right hand sides, gas bases all over the place, and miller-only thirds in the top right and bottom left hand corners. Let's see how that's going to play out as we move on to our second game of today. Okay, so we're back in the game. And I'm going to unpause everything, unmute all the audio, and we can get started. Now, starting us off in the top right hand position in the 3 o'clock, we do have the yellow Protoss fighting for NaS. It's their captain, the Canadian Protoss, DragOn. Now, his opponent down here in the 6 o'clock position. It's going to be the White Zerg fighting for pSi. It's going to be Mitak. Now, DragOn's PvZ, pretty good. He did win his only PvZ that he's played. He's played a lot of ZVP in this tournament, actually. He played a lot of ZVPs in round 1. His week 1 game, I believe, was a ZVP as well, which is why he's Zerg in my overlay. He is actually a Protoss player, though, so don't worry, you don't need to worry about the screen being funny or anything. And I've just realised I've not been generating the other part of my overlay that should be there. There we go. It's going to show the wrong race, but it's all good. Yeah, here we go. I mean, it's going to be an interesting game here. Is Mitak going to play this more aggressively, or is he going to go for a more defensive style? It is a 2-player map, so aggression can be rewarded just because there is, I mean, one major play that gets rewarded on this map. If we just zoom out, it's going to be a little bit harder to see. As you can see, there's only this airspace in between the two bases. Very good for drops, very good for shuttles, very good for overlords. and going to be very good for muteless as well if we do see Mitak go for that style. Now, one thing I did learn after watching the World Cup is part of me really wants to try and cast a game of StarCraft as a football commentator, but I don't think it really works, does it? It's really hard to make that work. Forge fast opening to Dragon. Yeah, you know what? It can't make it work. And Discord is back. I think they're bringing it back slowly. I've not reconnected yet. So hopefully I'll be able to get back on there soon with Rapid. Thank you for the heads up though. I mean, this Forge first, I think we actually had a probe killer drone. Yeah, we did. I do apologise for missing that. Podcasts weren't like football casting. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good thing as well. I mean, all football commentators do is they just talk about the players. So it'd be like Lings on the probe. Probe turns away. The probe runs. I mean, if it was an English football commentator, if it was like a Spanish football commentator, I'd be like, you know what? I can't do that. I don't have the voice for that. Yeah, I mean, the Lings just chasing the probe around. Looks like a little bit of mismicro there by DragOn. Gonna cost him the probe. And this is gonna stop him from scouting this very, very quick third hatchery by Mitak. Looks like he's gonna take advantage of this fairly long rush distances. DragOn, of course, forced to send out another probe now. That's gonna be a little bit detrimental to his economy. Bailed out, yeah. I'm not. I don't think I can do a Spanish football commentator justice. Like, goal! I don't know how you do that in I don't know how you do that in StarCraft. Like, it'd be very difficult. I guess the Korean casters do their best at imitating that style, though. But they don't. I guess you could do like play good. Yeah, it only works in Korean. You can't do it in English. Yeah, it looks like we have Mitak just trying to stop any probes from scouting. He does want to stop DragOn, seeing this very quick third base that could give DragOn the opportunity to go for a little bit more of an aggressive style. Now, will Mitak see this? Yes, he will. And he is going to catch it. Is he going to be able to get it before it gets that all-important scouting information? Looks like he will. At least he'll drive it away. And that's a very, very important moment in the game. We do have Mitak going straight up to a lair behind this. Very few drones at his expansion as well. And oh, it looks like DragOn did actually manage to juke his way back in. Gets a vision of that hatchery. And that's going to be... That's going to be kind of bad for Mitak, actually. And I really shouldn't like look at chat when they're like talking about things I've just done, because it makes it really hard to concentrate on the game. But there we go. DragOn is going to be forced away. He's not going to see the lair, at least. He does know that third hatchery's there, though. And what is going to be his response? He adds the Stargate immediately, going for a very standard build here. Going into the Citadel as well. Not going to open up straight Corsair Reaver or anything like that. Going to go immediately into that Templar Archives off the back of this Stargate. And I would say that's a good choice. He doesn't really know what his opponent's doing. He knows there's a third base, but that could be pretty much anything. There's not really too much you can gather from just seeing that third hatchery. He doesn't know if there's a Hydralist in yet, but Mitak really does need to be careful. He needs to make sure this probe does not see anything more, and now speed is done. It looks like he's going to be able to deny that. Now back home, what is DragOn doing? He's going for a few Zealots here, just to sort of secure his wall. He's not going for a crazy amount of Zealots, going for that +1 attack. Going to be very strong a little bit later, and the Corsairs coming in as well. Going to force away some of these Overlords, and more importantly, going to get him that scouting information of the Spire, and that's going to force him to make more and more Corsairs. Maybe add a couple of cannons in his mineral line as well, and that's the sort of thing you don't really want to be doing as Protoss at this stage in the game. We do have the 4th hatchery coming up here at the Natural and the Hydralist Den. And unfortunately for Mitak, this Corsair is going to see absolutely everything. Now, the one problem with going for this style from Mitak is your anti-air is very, very late. Unlike, say, a 3-hatch Hydralist style or something like that, you can get Scourge, but they're going to be quite late. You can go into Muteless as well, but they're going to be a little bit... They're not going to be as good, just because the Corsairs are able to sort of push them away, bully them away, especially if we see any form of +1 attack on the Cybernex core, which we won't. But Mitak's going to lose 2 to 3 Overlords here. That's 2 already. Third one's going to go down in this main base. And unfortunately for Mitak, that's actually going to supply block him. And that's going to be more and more annoying. He needs those needs that supply to get his air units out. And it looks like Rapid's left the game. Okay. Oh, Discord just came back up for me. That's really funny. It's not back up for him. But yeah, that's a bit of a shame, but it's going to be me solo casting for the rest, so I'm going to have to go easy on my voice a little bit. And Rapid is in Korea, so that's why it's so late for him. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame Discord went down. Looks like the Lings did try and push in there, didn't really get too much damage done. And finally we see some anti-air from coming in from Mitak, but DragOn looks like he did get his... Yeah, he got all his Corsairs away. He's slowly building up that Corsair count. He's got his Citadel up. He should have his Templar Archives coming up very soon as well. Or has he skipped that? Looks like he's skipped his Templar Archives. He's going to go for more ground units, try and end this a little bit quicker. And here we go, looks like we finally do have the Link, or the Zealots pushing in on this base, but that's a very, very nice drone drill. And that's a nice amount of Sunkens to try and deal with this, but some of the drones going down, and this first Sunken is definitely going to go down here. And these Zealots are in an awesome position to try and do more damage. And here we go, this is going to be a little bit harder to drone drill. The Zealots in a great position once again. But finally we do have the first Lurker out as well. But it looks like it's not going to work out for him, unfortunately. It looks like Rapid has come back online on Discord, but I think he's peaced out for now. So, but yeah, he's probably going to go to sleep now, which I can understand. It's 5 AM where he is. He's always very, very kind enough to like jump on at 4 AM and cast with me. So. Wow. Yeah, that lurker is burrowed underneath the hatchery. If that was a siege tank, that would have blown up. Here we go, looks like Mitak is going to do a little bit more damage. Oh, not damage, but a little bit more scouting. Gonna see there's no third base coming on. It's going to be harder for him to jump in. We do have that Templar Archives finally done. Storm is on its way as well. And it looks like for the time being at least, we are going to move into a more static game. We do have finally a Dark Templar on the field though, and this is going to be something that Mitak has to watch out for, and you can see he's already ready. Spores, Overlords, and Lurkers defending this base. The Spore, the Sunken over here, with this hidden Lurker too. And Cadenzi is also in Korea, so I would highly doubt she wants to cast either. Because it's also 5 AM for her, and I think she's been out. So she also streams 40 hours a week now. Like, props to Cadenzi for going to Korea and actually, like, pulling it off. She is doing so much streaming. I haven't had much time to catch any of it, but she's doing really well. And I'm really glad for her. It's really cool to see someone from Scotland, someone from close enough my home country, going out, doing something cool and making it work, you know? It's very rarely you see British people really achieve too much in the global scale, especially in esports. Of course you do have people like Wardy in StarCraft 2 who's doing really well now, The Muslim as well. You have like people like Jonathan Miller in the Quake community, Red Eye, Jonathan Miller in the Quake and CS community, Red Eye and the... I mean, he does everything now, he's just a really cool host from the Quake community as well. And, you know, props to all of them. Like, they're all really, really cool, so... Technically, the Empire still doesn't exist, but we have the Commonwealth, which is basically the Empire, but people have autonomy now, which is a good thing. So the sun never sets, man. The sun never sets on the Commonwealth. Yeah, there's obviously going to be a lot of people I don't recognize or don't actually know, because I don't really follow too many other esports scenes. But it's cool to see a foreigner, especially a Brit, going out to Korea and doing so well in Brood War, being on like Africa, in their like proper leagues and stuff. As I said before, the game's got a little bit more static. We do have DragOn with his +2 attack, going to be looking to make a push into Mitak's forces. Now, Mitak is further behind in supply. This is perfectly natural for a ZVP. What can I hear shooting? Over here we go. Oh, some nice storms there going down on top of a lot of Lings. And that's going to be a very, very bad situation for poor Mitak to be in. Looks like we're going to have a counter-attack on the wall of DragOn. There's no storm back here to defend this. Could this be a base race? Is this going to work out? There's not actually that much back here to defend for Mitak. This is a do or die counter, and it looks like it's going to be die for Mitak. He didn't get any damage done whatsoever. And somehow the +2 attack of the Protoss just completely decimating all these Lings. He's tried to build Nevo to try and wall this off, but what's he going to defend with? There's just no units over here. He's going to try and pull some Lurkers, some Lings over from his other base, but DragOn, showing his prowess in the PvZ matchup, gonna completely roll his way through the front door into the natural expansion. And whatever Mitak is gonna do here, it looks like, as Rapid would say, we need to learn our alphabet, the A, B, C, D, G, E. Oh my god, I actually need to learn my alphabet. But there we go, GG! And Mitak, despite putting up a good effort, doesn't do enough with a counterattack, and does get taken out here by DragOn, taking NaS up 2-0.